Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, the Tanya Takeover, where I'm your girl Tanya. Today we're going to be talking about how to keep your finances in order for your small business. Now, I know when I first started, I thought I had all this money coming in. I was so excited getting all these orders, getting all these customers, and come to realize during tax time, since then I've made some changes, and these tips are what helped me keep my finances in order in my small business. So I'm hoping they can help you too. On my channel, we talk about beauty, fashion, and finance, the trifecta. You can't have one without the other, so if that's something that you might be interested in, consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below, and let's get started. Now, quick story guys, as you may or may not know, I do have daycare centers, and when I first started my first daycare center, I was new to business altogether. I thought it was like, you save your money, you spend the money, you invest the money back into your business, and you just go about bringing in income. I had all these parents coming in. I had kids galore. I have teachers. I had staffing. I wasn't thinking about the long haul. I wasn't thinking about tax time, okay? So after, thinking I was rich, having all this money come in, and then having to find the money to shell back out for taxes, these are a few tips that I got from my accountant and has been working for me ever since. So I thought I would share them with you. The first thing that you should always do is to keep your business and your personal accounts separate. Now, when I had money coming in, I thought that, I could just swipe away. It was a business card. I could use it for everything. Come to find out, that is not the case. It is so important to keep your business finances and your personal finances completely separate. So purchases like gas can be deducted on your taxes for your business, things like that. But personal expenses like telephone bills, anything like that, can be seen as a no-no in the business world. You should not have any of your personal things coming out of your business account. It's good to keep them separate. Be mindful, guys. Things like your hair getting done, your nails getting done, going out to eat with your friends or trips or anything should not be coming out of your business account. Starts looking very suspicious, and the last thing you want to do is bring attention to yourself to like the IRS. You kind of want to be under the radar and do things by the book. You do not want to be flagged by the IRS, okay guys? Make sure you're keeping these things separate. It's hard to prove a purchase such as you have a lash business but you're buying bundles of hair and saying, where's the correlation? Make sure that you are keeping these very separate. Now, I understand your business is making money. Tanya, how do I spend my money? I worked hard. I built this business. How do I spend it? Make sure you are paying yourself. You can put yourself on payroll. You can, issue yourself a check. Make sure you, of course, pass it by your accountant to make sure everything is legal and everything is good in the tax world. But like myself, I usually paid myself, so I put myself on payroll every 2 weeks. As my staff was getting paid, I was getting paid. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be a crazy amount, or it could be, as much or as little as you want. But just keep in mind that, you keep them separately. Putting yourself on payroll allows you to take out things for retirement. Like for so long in my business, I was not paying myself. I did not know I was supposed to be paying myself. So those years where I should have been stacking towards retirement, I wasn't, because I wasn't getting a check. I wasn't getting anything, Social Security, anything like that. So make sure you are mindful of that. Make sure that you are keeping those things in consideration, because there's a reason why people get payrolls. They get payroll because every 2 weeks or so you're getting money out for retirement, for your 401k, whatever it may be, because you have to always plan for a rainy day. So make sure you are keeping your accounts very separate in order to keep things very clear and clean cut during tax time, so that you know exactly how much you can write off, how much is tax deductible, and you can start seeing the profit in your business that you deserve. The next thing I would definitely say is to make sure you are taking at least 30% and putting it aside for taxes. Now, guys, a lot of people don't have the kind of business that I do. I have a childcare business. Childcare business, I have staff I have to pay, I have insurance, I have overhead, I have, building, rent, things like that. So make sure that you are putting things away for taxes. There's a lot of things that come out of a business that people don't often think about, maybe inventory and marketing supplies and shipping supplies. But all of these things add up, and especially during tax time, you look back and your money is just all depleted. You put all your money and put it back into the business. what you should be doing. You know, at least a percentage should be going back into the business, but make sure you're at least taking 30% and saving it for tax time. You do not want to be hit with a big bill, especially if it was a good year, guys. If it was a good year and your business was booming, please trust and believe that Uncle Sam is going to have his hand out for his percent. And you do not want to be scrambling looking for it, okay? You want to have it ready for him, write out his check, make sure he's good, and then you can go on and run your business accordingly. When you set aside that 30%, you are giving yourself a cushion. You don't know how much you're going to owe at the end of the year. What I usually do is do my taxes quarterly so that I keep an eye out as to how much I'm spending, how much I'm bringing in, when are my good months, when are my slow months, so that when tax time comes, I'm not bombarded, I'm not, shocked. That's the last thing you want to do during tax time, is be shocked, okay, and unprepared. I'm always prepared for every tax season because I know that I'm putting away a certain amount, I'm putting away my 30%, so that I know that when tax time comes, I have that cushion ready. So even if I have to put a little bit more towards it or a little bit less, it's a little bonus, a little savings account for myself, but whatever it is, I'm prepared. So make sure in your business you are taking that 30%, setting it aside into a separate account, not the same account that you are taking out inventory, put in a separate savings account so that you're not paying attention to it. And you never know, maybe you'll have a little bonus at the end of the year, but it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared during tax season. The next thing I would definitely say to do, which I did not do, it took me years to figure that out, is to get a business credit card. You never know what you're not prepared for until that certain thing comes up. In my business, I remember like it was yesterday, okay, I had my daycare center, we were going, we had kids, we had families, everybody was happy, and then come like May, June, just in time, the air conditioner, the central air knocked out on me, okay? Now, for my business, we were taking the kids on trips, we were paying the staff, we were doing everything. I did not have that much cash flow because I didn't know that a central air costs close to, especially a commercial central air system, costs upwards of $15,000 to $20,000. I was not prepared, okay? Ever since then, I made sure to get a business credit card. A business credit card allows you to have cash flow. It allows you to have money to play with. And at that time, that is something I desperately needed, okay? So make sure that you are having a business credit card. Start building up that business credit because it's so important, especially when you have a business, to have a little wiggle room, to have a little cash flow that's extra that you never know that you may need in case of emergency. Once you have a business credit card, you are able to charge large purchases and pay it back over time. This is great when it comes to like a line of credit or as opposed to a business loan. Well, back in those days, business loans were hard to come by. Nobody was giving out business loans all crazy, okay? So the next best thing was getting a business credit card. Some business credit cards do not affect your personal credit, so make sure you are doing your research. Make sure you are finding a good business credit card that gives you reward points, perks, incentives. That is A1 when doing a business account. Having a good business credit card will help you take trips and do everything else for your school or your business, and you're gonna be happy that you did it. Now, make sure you are charging responsibly. You don't have to charge the telephone bill if you have money. You don't have to charge the little things, but keep in mind to start building that business credit. Maybe put like one little charge on there every month, and pay it back right away. Build it up so that they'll start giving you more and more money, and then you'll have that emergency cushion you need in your business. Make sure you are opening up a business credit card, and a little goes a long way. Next thing I would definitely say to do is to make sure you are keeping record of everything, okay? At the end of every month, they give you a bank account statement for your business checking account, right? Because we're starting a business checking account. So make sure that you are printing it out, stapling it up, put it in your files. Make sure every purchase that you're making. A lot of my purchases came from like academic stores like Lakeshore and buying books and things for the kids. Hold on to your receipts, okay? Yes, some things you are going to charge, so it will be on your business statements, but it's best to have things on receipts so that it's broken down what you paid for. If you have an eyelash business, you bought inventory, you bought shipping, you bought tape for your business, you bought postcards. Anything can be used as a tax write-off, so you want to make sure that you have as many of those as possible. So receipts, keep records, make sure you are printing out your bank statements, make sure you are keeping your receipts. I had all my receipts in one of those accordion file things that you get from Amazon. It was a lifesaver. I had everything in there. I had it broken down into months, okay? October I bought this and I had it all done so that when it was time for tax season, my accountant was so happy with me. He was so pleased. He's like, you know, good, Tanya, you learned your lesson from that first year. It won't happen to me again. They called me slipping that first year. So it never happened again. So make sure that you are keeping your receipts, your statements, and everything in between. Also make sure you are keeping your credit card statements. Credit card statements, your bank account statements, your receipts, make sure you're keeping them all in a secure place. So at the end of the year, you are good to go. Also, a good program that I also did use for my business was QuickBooks. QuickBooks gives you a breakdown or a spreadsheet of exactly what you're bringing in, what you're taking out, and I was able to communicate that with my accountant. I just emailed that spreadsheet right over to the accountant, and he was able to start my taxes and do it quarterly as needed. So having a good business comes with having good records and keeping good records, guys. You want to make sure that you are very organized in your business. Please trust and believe. One day you can feel like the richest person in the world. I have a business, I have all this money, and then the next minute tax season comes and you're realizing you didn't do as good as you thought you did, okay? And we never want that to happen. So make sure you're keeping good records and you will be happy in the long run. Last thing I would definitely say to do is to hire a good accountant, okay? Okay, what I would personally recommend is that you make sure that he is a CPA or a good accountant, comes highly recommended, okay? Somebody who's gonna make sure they lead you in the right direction. Somebody who is trustworthy, somebody who is highly recommended. I know sometimes you don't maybe know a good accountant, but you know them when you see one. They'll be able to talk to you, explain everything to you, explain, you know, your goals for the year. Somebody who takes interest in your business. I mean, guys, tax season is really important, okay? So make sure that you are doing everything possible to stay on track with that. A lot of people with new businesses, especially smaller businesses, they like to do their taxes by themselves. I personally can't handle that. I can't do all that. I can't do the marketing and hire the staff and keep on top of the, you know, books and do my own taxes. If you can, to each his own, just make sure you are crunching those numbers correctly and making sure that they are double checked by a system or something so that you're getting the best benefits out of your business. You don't want to find out that you made a wrong calculation and you're overpaying when you could have saved some money, okay? So that's why I always leave it to the experts. Find a good accountant, somebody that you can talk to at, you know, any time during the day that you can speak to, ask your questions, gives you advice, you know, lets you know what programs you are available to get, and it's basically on your side. I feel like this is the most important part of like building a team, especially in a business. You need that support, guys. You can't do it all on your own, and you don't have to. Hire out, find somebody who is good, trustworthy, and they're gonna have your business going for you, and that's one less thing that you have to worry about. Okay guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you found some value in this episode about finances. I think finances are so important, especially when running a business. You want to make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's with your finances for your small business, because it's going to save you a headache in the long run. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe at the bottom, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.